Hey, so guess what came out today? The sun! Oh my gosh! There is sunshine, there's greenness. Ugh. Yes! It's here. Oh, there's a fox, there's a fox, there's a fox! Do you see it? Do you see it? Hopefully you got to see it. It just, cruising in the backyard. Yes, the sun is out today, and it's amazing. We haven't seen it in so long. Yeah, had a nice walk to church this morning in that. Oh, and then sat in traffic on the bus admiring it even more. So all's good. Yeah. So this morning I went to the Salvation Army for service, and it was really awesome because we worked with them back in Italy over the summer. So found one here that's only like 30 minutes away, and they were just so lovely, and just like, I met one lady, and then she just went around telling everybody that there was somebody new here, and so all these people were coming up to me and like, oh, you're from Georgia, oh, your name's Christina, oh, you're a dancer, and like knew all this stuff about me before I had even talked to them. And they were like, let me introduce you to so-and-so. I feel like it's so important to make sure that you get to know everybody and, talk to people and all that kind of stuff. So I felt extremely welcomed, and brought back good memories of the summer, and yes, it was really nice. And had a nice walk this afternoon, just trying to enjoy the sun, and I'm getting ready to have some lunch. So it's been a good Sunday, and we have half term next week, so we're off, and it's so exciting. Planning a trip to Oxford to see C.S. Lewis's house, which is really exciting. And there's a restaurant here called The Breakfast Club, based off of the film. So it's like all 80s decoration inside, apparently. So going there tomorrow with some friends from the street company. So yeah, lots of rest and stuff that doesn't have to do with dance for a little while. So I know it's been quite a while since I've updated everything, but things are getting hard and stressful, so prayers are greatly appreciated. One of the girls in our group broke her foot on Monday, so me and another girl took her to the hospital that night. We were there for 4.5 hours until 1:30 a.m. So yeah, unfortunately it was a really bad break, and they may have to do an operation. She's from Finland, so at first, before we knew she needed an operation, we just thought it was broken. So she was planning on staying here and just helping out, doing behind the scenes stuff. But now there's a chance she'll need an operation. She may want to go home and be with her family. So just really pray that she goes back to the doctor next Friday. So just pray that a miracle happens, and the doctors are just amazed at the progress that her foot is making. So we believe that it can happen, but everything is in God's perfect timing, and she knows that, and she's being so strong right now. But it's so hard. It's so hard. So that's really hard for her, and then for us, it's difficult having to witness that and see it happen for her, but also for us, we're having to obviously re-choreograph everything. So we were all just very stressed out this week because another girl pulled a very strange muscle in behind one of her ribs, I think. So she was out for a few days. Another girl got the flu. My leg has been killing me, and my knees. So we're just all falling apart. Definitely need this week of rest. So yeah, if you could just pray for us, that would just be amazing. So we're just all feeling the stress of our schedule. Last weekend, the street company videoed a promo video, professionally done. It was amazing. Never in a million years did I think I would get to do something like that when I moved here. We had makeup artists in there, costume designers, and there was over 200,000 pounds worth of equipment. That's $400,000 worth of equipment between the lighting, the film, the camera, the sound equipment, everything. Just God blessed us so much. It was insane. And yeah, the camera we use is called a RED camera, which is like past high def. So it's like the camera that they used to film 3D films in. So our video's not going to be 3D, but that just shows you the quality that it's going to be. The director was amazing, and yeah, we were so hot and sweaty though, because we were like all these layers on, because it was kind of like ninja theme in a way for like how we were dressed, just with lots of black and gray layers. Super cool. And but with all the lights on you, you're just like drenched in sweat. The poor makeup girl was like coming by wiping the sweat off of us constantly. And it's dancing for camera is so much harder than like a live performance, because they showed us like a clip of us just rehearsing, and they were playing it in slow motion. And your levels, it's like if they want to take a certain shot and play it in slow motion, but you didn't get down as far as everybody else, or you took a second to get down, you know, to if you like were half a count behind or whatever, it ruins the shot. They can't use it in the slow motion effect that they want it to, because there's this awkward person that's, you know, higher than everybody else. So, yeah, we were all just like, whoa, like we have to work our butts off. So we were there from, basically, I left the house at 10, no, I left the house at 9, and got home at 3 a.m. It was quite the journey home, because by the time we finished shooting, we caught the last train, and so there was 2 trains left to get us back into the city of London, because we were like kind of on the outskirts. 2 trains left. The platform we were at the train was supposed to be 3 minutes before the second train, which was the absolute last train. And but then we're looking up at our board, and the time for our train keeps going back and forth between 12 minutes past, 14 minutes past, 12 minutes past, 14 minutes past. And we're like, okay, this train is like delayed, not delayed, a little bit delayed. But then the train that was supposed to be 3 minutes after our train, it was consistent. It was on time. And one of the girls was following it on her phone, to try to figure out like which train's gonna get there first, because it's like on the other side of the platform, so it means you'd have to like walk up the stairs, cross the bridge, and go down. So we were all exhausted. We didn't have any energy left, so we're sitting there and we're like, we'll just wait for this one, it's gonna come, it's fine. But then the girl's looking at her phone, she's like, guys, that other one, it's almost here, and ours just keeps going back and forth, like, we need to catch this one, because we're gonna miss the tubes, let's go, we have to catch this one. So she just picks up her stuff and starts running, and we're all just sitting there like, all of a sudden everybody starts running to make sure that they get on that train. And so then me and Sarah are left, and we're just like, ah! So we get our stuff, and right as I'm running, there's like this little alcove where some guys were like smoking and stuff, and this Asian guy, like, he's on the phone, he like runs out onto the platform, and he had some buddies with him, and he just points across going, get up, buddies, get up, buddies, get up! And everybody starts taking off, running, and we're like climbing up these stairs, and I tripped up the stairs because I'm holding all this crap, and everybody is just screaming the whole way, hold that train, hold that train. And then at one point Arena said she like stopped screaming to make sure she wasn't the only one screaming, and then realized everybody was screaming. So by the grace of Jesus, we made it on that train. We were laughing so hard, because some of us still had, like, face paint on, and, like, oh my gosh, it was so funny. Ugh, I wish we had a camera on us. But anyway, so then by the time we got back, no other trains were running. There was only one tube line that was running, and so I got off and then had to take 2 different night buses, and night buses take twice as long, and so I had to go from central London, Waterloo, all the way to outside of London to where I live. So I took my first bus, I don't know how long that was, but then my second bus was 1 hour and 45 minutes, so it took me 3 hours to get home altogether. So I got home at 3 a.m. and then had to wake up and go teach dance at a church the next morning. So that was quite fun. But no, it was all good. It was just an incredible incredible, amazing experience, and I was speechless most of the day because I just felt like beyond blessed and so honored to be there and to be a part of it. So the teaser's coming out on Monday. Be on the lookout for it. And yeah, it just helped me promote this amazing company that is so driven to glorify God. And yeah, that was something that made it even more incredible because it was like in between takes, because you had to just do the same set over and over again. And in between takes, even though we're hot and sweaty and tired and all this kind of stuff, you know, everybody would just be like, come on guys, let's bang it out, remember who we're doing this for, and everybody was just like, Jesus, and then, you know, serious and ready to go, so it just, like, made it just incredible. So that was just an amazing experience, and I don't think I mentioned this in my last video, but you remember months and months ago about the story of the guy who sat next to me on the bus, was basically trying to hit on me, and then I just started witnessing to him, and totally kind of changed his attitude, come to find out he was Muslim, and we just had this great, like, theological talk, and by the end, you know, he was very interested in Christianity and everything. Well, yeah, like a week before we started back after Christmas break, in January, he had just really been on my heart, so I'd been praying about him a lot, and just, yeah, just really praying that, you know, he would continue to, like, think about things, and that God would just send people his way that would confirm what I had said to him. And then Monday, our first day back, I get on the bus to go home, get on my second bus, and I walk up the stairs and sit down, and this guy comes up and kind of sits on the chairs across the aisle from me, and he just goes, excuse me, he's like, do you remember me? And I look up, and it was him, and I was like, Muhammad, hi, how are you? And then he was so taken back. He was like, you remembered my name? And I was like, yeah, of course. And I was like, I was just praying for you the other day. Like, it's amazing that, you know, I'm seeing you and everything. And he was so, like, flabbergasted that, like, I was praying for him, like I said I would, and that I remembered his name, and, like, yeah, it was just incredible. So, it was just a nice little chat, and, like, we talked about Christmas and everything, but his persona was totally different from the first time I had met him, which was really cool. And I asked him, I said, you know, would it be okay if I gave your phone number to one of my guy friends who, you know, he's only been a Christian for about a year, but, you know, he really loves just, like, helping guys out and pouring into people and everything, and I didn't know how open he would be to that, but he was like, yeah, sure, that'd be great, and I was like, oh my gosh. So my friend Danny is hopefully, I talked to him about it, and he's like, oh yeah, he's like, let's meet up, I'll have a good chat with him, so yeah, just pray, hopefully we'll get to meet up with him soon and just talk to him more, but yeah, so it's just, that was a really cool experience, because it had been like months since our first encounter, so yeah, so that was good. But yeah, so everything's great. Just continue to pray for our bodies, because the floor here, so usually dance floors are sprung, not like they actually have springs on them, but there's some kind of like cushioning, so you're not jumping on complete cement, and yeah. But that kind of flooring is very expensive, and here in London, it's hard enough, like, nobody has their own studio. A lot of people use church halls, even though they're not a Christian dance studio. They just use it because it's big enough space, and they can put bars up and mirrors and everything like that. So where we're at is a great space. We're in a church. Great space. We have the mirrors and everything. But the floor is not sprung, just because that would be just, it's just too expensive. And whereas back home at Steps of Faith in Belhaven, great flooring. So the flooring here, it's starting to kind of take its effect on me especially, and quite a few of the other girls. Just my knees are aching quite a bit, and yeah, just like my hips and stuff. I'm feeling it. I feel very old. But I mean, it's good because when we go on tour, obviously none of the places we go to are going to have sprung floor. So yeah, so we're being very careful. We're trying to make sure we stretch out and give each other plenty of like deep massages and stuff like that to release the muscles. So we just continue to pray that our bodies will adjust and be able to handle it and won't get too ruined. But we understand, because it's in London. It's just like, yeah, impossible to be able to afford everything, to have the perfect dance studio. So totally understand why it is the way it is. So yeah, but just definitely pray about that. And Anna is the girl that broke her foot, so please just lift her up in prayer. Next Friday, just be praying hard that she gets a great report from the doctors and that no operation is needed, and that she'll be able to still go on tour with us. So our prayer is that she would only have to miss like the first month of tour and then be able to join us after that. But, it'd be amazing if she could join us right away. So, but yeah, if anything, just pray that she continues to have peace and that God reveals to her why everything is happening. But yeah, so I love you all, miss you all. But it is very strange. It's already February and like July doesn't seem that far away, as it did when I first got here. And, yeah, it's gonna be really hard to leave. As much as I miss you guys, like, yeah, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be a tough one, but don't have to think about it quite yet. I'm still enjoying being here and everything. So, yeah. Alright, well, and thank you guys so much, everybody who donated on my GoFundMe page. I'll be putting up another one soon, because I'm gonna have to start getting my plane ticket home for July, but I need to buy that as early as possible. Since it's summertime, it's going to be more expensive than when I came here. Ooh. So, yeah, so I'll put up another page. If you have anything to donate, it's greatly, greatly appreciated. And, yeah, so, but thank you all to everybody that donated. I was able to collect it earlier this week. So, I'll be putting up another page soon. Alright, I love you all. Bye!